I'm Adrian, and welcome to the latest chapter of Fight Scene Breakdown. If this is your first episode, in this series I analyze fight scenes in terms of their story, cinematography, editing, and fight choreography. There are already over 60 videos on its dedicated playlist, and today we're taking a look at the epic finale of Spider-Man Ultimate 7. This is the culmination of a series that started 15 years ago, and the stakes are sky high. After fighting the ruthless serial killer Carnage on his own, and failing to defeat him, Venom asks Spider-Man for help. Spider-Man reluctantly agrees to partner up with his most dangerous foe, and so begins their tenuous alliance. I'd give more details here, but rest assured that it's best for you to experience it on your own. The fight begins with a masterful moving wide of Venom and Carnage, and the first close-up is extremely significant. Up until now, Venom has been the ultimate powerhouse, and when he submits Carnage with a wrist lock, he probably thinks the fight is over. But then the close-up shifts from Carnage's face to that of his insane manipulation of the symbiote as it envelops Venom's hand. We then cut to a wide to see just how strong Carnage is as he tosses Venom across the battlefield. And after this, we cut to another close-up of Venom to cement the intense rivalry and hatred between the two. Later on, Spider-Man and Venom are fighting an army of security robots and they tear them to pieces. What's awesome about how this sequence is framed is that it perfectly captures the old school beat-em-up video games Maximum Carnage and Separation Anxiety, as you see the action from an angle that echoes that classic side-scroller view. Our protagonists move from the left side of the screen to the right as they take down various robots. Once they defeat the army and move on to the head of security, the low angle emphasizes the robot's massive size, and the tracking movement helps make that confrontation all the more intense. Venom then dismantles the robot with a few quick moves, and the camera sweeps and swerves without cutting to capture the action. When Spider-Man and Venom finally confront Carnage in their first hand-to-hand fight, the action starts with a cool slow-mo overhead shot, as Carnage attempts to kill them both by using his razor-sharp symbiote. The camera quickly zooms in as it captures their first few attempts at fighting Carnage, and it perfectly highlights just how insanely strong Carnage is. No matter how many times they try to attack him, he keeps toying with them and seems unbeatable. The camera spins and always finds the best place to view the action, cutting only when absolutely necessary later on. This sort of cinematography and editing is present throughout this entire finale, as they both work together to present the most dynamic and entertaining fight sequences possible between these characters. What's great about this series is that it's maintained an excellent consistency in terms of its protagonist's fighting style. Spider-Man has always had a base in capoeira, along with his high-flying acrobatics. In this installment, the best example of his style is during the epic robot fight. He effortlessly delivers a martelo de negativa, and upon completion, even adopts the basic fighting stance of this style. He follows this up with several more capoeira-inspired moves mixed in with Spider-Man's superpowers. It's worth noting that during this dodge with Carnage, Spider-Man executes a shoulder roll, or ukemi, popularized in arts such as jiu-jitsu and aikido. You basically roll yourself backwards using your shoulder and make sure that your head is tilted to the side so it doesn't touch the floor. It's extremely useful for getting out of danger quickly and getting back into a position where you can escape or fight back. Venom's style has predominantly been rooted in Taekwondo's powerful kicks, and in this installment he demonstrates even more of them, including the jump spin back kick, the jump spin hook kick, the tornado kick, and plenty of others. Your legs are naturally stronger than your arms, so imagine how much of an impact each one of these hits has when they're being enhanced by the symbiote's strength. Venom even adds a little bit of pro wrestling into the mix when he launches himself and falls on Carnage with a devastating reverse elbow. Most of the time, Venom combines excellent boxing and Taekwondo technique, making a lethal offensive combo. Carnage's fighting style is loosely based on drunken boxing or drunken style kung fu. It's a style popularized by Jackie Chan, and not really seen outside of a few fighting games, but it matches Carnage's carefree and confident personality. This is why he dips and ducks out of hits, and even when he lands on the floor, he finds his way back up again. He mixes this in with solid Muay Thai techniques, and finds himself more often than not using his extraordinary skills with the symbiote to deliver insane hits. Whether it's forming a spiked wrecking ball and sneakily hitting Spider-Man with it, or using his strength to not only lift himself off the ground, but counter incoming projectiles and toss him back. Carnage constantly has all his bases covered as he can use the symbiote to counterattacks from behind as well. And did he just use a If you enjoyed this analysis, I highly recommend checking out the full video on Spidey406's channel. You can either click on the card above or on the link in the description below to catch up on all the previous installments before you see the epic finale. What did you think of the fight? Let me know in the comments below, and feel free to give suggestions for another fight scene breakdown. Subscribe for more awesome content, and see you next time.